Narrator calm but heavy tone. Heartland fans. Something feels different this time. The fields look the same. The horses still run free, but the air carries a quiet sadness. For years, Amy Fleming has been the light that guided everyone through the darkest storms. But in the season 19 finale, that light may finally go out. Quick cuts, Amy smiling with Spartan. Amy hugging Lindy. A storm rolling in over the ranch. Narrator pause. They say every story has an ending, but no one expected this one to break our hearts. Music swells into a haunting cello note as the screen fades to black. The story of Heartland has always been about family, healing, and the bond between people and horses. But at the center of it all has been Amy Fleming, a woman whose strength was born from loss, whose love carried everyone forward. From the very first season, Amy was the soul of the ranch. She wasn't just a horse whisperer. She was a healer of hearts, mending not only broken animals, but broken people too. Every time she smiled, it reminded us of hope. Every time she rode Spartan, it reminded us that even the most wounded souls can find their way home. But behind that calm smile, Amy carried her own pain. The loss of her mother shaped her, and later, the death of Ty shattered her world. Yet, she never gave up. She kept going for Lindy, for Jack, for the Heartland family. She became the glue that held everything together when it all threatened to fall apart. Every challenge, every heartbreak, she faced it head on, teaching us that courage isn't about being fearless. It's about standing tall when your heart is breaking. And now, after nearly 2 decades of love and loss, the world is holding its breath. Season 19 feels heavier, quieter, almost like the calm before a storm. Amy is still smiling, still caring for the horses, still guiding others, but something feels off. The way she looks at the sunrise, the way her voice trembles when she talks about the future. It's as if she knows. Something is coming, something that could change everything as the finale approaches. Fans can't shake the feeling that Amy's story may be coming full circle. The whispers online, the emotional tone in the trailer, silence from the cast. It all adds up to one heartbreaking possibility. Could Heartland really be saying goodbye to its heart? Could this be Amy Fleming's final ride? Because if it is, the fields of Heartland will never feel the same again. When we think of Heartland, we think of moments that stay with us forever. The quiet talks by the fireplace, the long rides through the open fields, the tears, the laughter, and the love that built a family stronger than blood. Every fan remembers the first time Amy touched Spartan after her mother's death, the silence, the fear, and the sudden peace between them. That moment wasn't just about a girl and her horse. It was about 2 broken souls learning to trust again. And from that day, we watched Amy grow from a grieving teenager into a woman whose heart carried more love than pain could ever destroy. Through every season, Amy showed us what it means to keep going even when the world falls apart. When Ty came into her life, it was like the sun returned after years of rain. Their love wasn't perfect, but it was real, raw, patient, and full of hope. We saw them laugh in the kitchen, share quiet nights under the stars, and build dreams that reached beyond the ranch. And when Ty died, the world seemed to stop. For Amy, and for us, it wasn't just the loss of a character. It felt like losing family, but somehow Amy found a way to breathe again. She held Lindy close, whispered promises through her tears, and kept moving forward, because that's what she always did. That's what her mother taught her, and what Ty would have wanted. Every ride, every rescue, every quiet moment with Spartan, they were her way of healing. Now, season 19 comes to an end. These memories feel heavier. Every scene feels like a goodbye letter to the past. The way Amy looks at Spartan, the softness in her voice when she says we've been through so much, the way she gazes at the mountains as if she's saying farewell. It's almost too much to bear, and maybe that's why fans can't shake the fear. That this finale isn't just another ending. It feels like the closing chapter of Amy's story, the moment when the memories become all that's left. Because sometimes, the saddest part of goodbye isn't the silence after. It's realizing that the moments you once lived are now just echoes. Music fades into a slow, emotional piano melody. The screen darkens to a single image, Amy standing alone in the field, wind blowing through her hair, Spartan waiting behind her. Narrator whispered tone. Heartland was never just a show. It was a feeling, and Amy Fleming was its heartbeat. Narrator low, tense voice. Something's coming. You can feel it in the air. The calm that once filled the Heartland ranch has turned into silence, the kind that arrives before a storm. Amy walks through the stables, her hand brushing across the wooden walls, her eyes distant. Spartan nudges her softly, as if sensing the weight she carries. For years, she has healed others, people, horses, hearts, but this time, it feels different. This time, it's as if she's saying goodbye without using words. The trailer teases it, a faint cry in the wind. Jack shouting Amy's name, Lou holding back tears, and Lindy looking lost in the rain. The screen flashes, a broken fence, galloping hooves, a wild horse in distress. Then, darkness. Only the echo of Amy's voice saying, I have to do this. It's a moment that freezes time. Fans are left wondering, what is Amy trying to do? Is she saving another horse, like she always does? Or is she running towards something far more dangerous? The whispers across the fandom are endless. Some believe it's a rescue gone wrong. Others think it's a storm, a fall, or a sacrifice that no one could have predicted. Every piece of the trailer feels like a goodbye letter wrapped in thunder. The music swells, soft and haunting, mixing rain with a faint heartbeat. We see Jack's eyes red, broken Lou clutching Lindy's hand, and Spartan running wild into the storm. The kind of scene that says more than words ever could, and then silence. The kind of silence that hurts. No music. No dialogue. Just the sound of wind and one name carried across the rain, Amy. This isn't just a storm on the screen. It's the emotional storm that has been building for 19 seasons. Every loss, every memory, every goodbye has led to this moment. The story that began with a young girl saving a horse might end with a woman giving everything she has left, even her life. But maybe it's not just about tragedy. Maybe it's about the price of love, the power of sacrifice, and the beauty of endings that come full circle. As the lightning flashes across the sky, the narrator's voice returns quiet, broken, but filled with love, narrator softly. Not all heroes wear capes. Some wear riding boots and leave footprints that never fade. The screen fades to black, leaving only the sound of rain and a faint whisper of a horse's neigh. Echoing in the distance, rain pours over the Heartland ranch. The screen flickers between flashes of lightning and shadows of running horses. A single lantern glows in the barn, flickering weakly against the storm. Narrator steady, a trembling tone. It was supposed to be another ordinary evening. The sky was dark, but Amy had seen worse. A wild horse had escaped near the ridge, frightened by thunder, and like always, Amy went after it. She grabs her jacket, calls out to Spartan, and rides into the storm. The camera follows her through heavy rain, her hair soaked, her eyes determined. The wind howls through the valley as lightning splits the night sky. She's done this 100 times before, but this time feels different. The ground is slick, the path uneven, and the storm is merciless. Jack's voice echoes faintly behind her. Amy, wait. It's too dangerous. But she doesn't stop, because Amy never stops when someone or something needs her. The trailer cuts between chaos and silence, her face lit by lightning. Spartan's hooves crashing against the mud. The wild horse trapped near a fallen branch. She reaches out, whispering softly, "It's okay. You're safe now." For a brief second, the world seems calm again. Then a deafening crack. A tree gives way under the force of the storm. Spartan rears, Amy gasps, and everything fades into a blur of wind, rain, and falling light. The screen goes black. No music. No dialogue. Just the sound of rain slowing, and then stopping. Cut to Jack kneeling in the mud, shouting Amy's name. Lou runs toward the hill, tears mixing with the rain. Spartan stands still, his mane-soaked eyes empty. The trailer doesn't show what happens next, only flashes. A hospital hallway. A broken saddle. Lindy clutching Amy's scarf, and then silence again. Narrator whispered, breaking voice. In one heartbeat, the world of Heartland changed forever. The music returns, soft piano, slow and aching. The kind that carries memories rather than melodies. The kind that feels like goodbye. And as the camera pans over the Heartland ranch at sunrise, everything looks the same, but nothing feels right. The horses still run. The fields still glow gold in the morning light. But Amy isn't there. Her laughter, her voice, her warmth gone. Like the mist that fades after dawn. Narrator, gentle, sorrowful tone. She gave everything to the life she loved, and in doing so, became part of it forever. The final shot lingers, Spartan standing at the fence, staring toward the horizon, waiting for someone who may never return. Fade to black. The screen reads, Heartland, Season 19 Finale, the goodbye we never wanted. Soft morning light seeps over the ranch. The rain is gone, but everything still feels wet, the earth heavy, the air still trembling from the night before. The wind moves through the fields, slow and hollow, whispering her name. Narrator low, broken voice. The storm passed, but the silence it left behind feels louder than thunder. Heartland still stands, the fences, the stables, the wide-open fields, but without Amy, it doesn't feel like home. Jack sits on the porch, his hat in his hands, eyes lost in the horizon. He doesn't say much anymore. The man who once carried the strength of 3 generations now seems smaller. Quieter, like the wind took something from him too. Lou walks through the barn, touching Amy's saddle as if afraid it will disappear. Each creak of the wood feels like a memory echoing back at her. And Lindy. She's too young to understand, but she knows. Children always know when love goes missing. Spartan stands alone in the paddock, refusing to eat, staring toward the gate every morning. There's a sadness in his eyes that words could never describe. To everyone else, he's just a horse. But to Amy, he was a part of her soul. And now, even he seems lost, waiting for footsteps that will never come. Narrator softly. They all try to move on, but how do you heal a wound that never closes? Days turn into weeks. The ranch goes quiet. Work continues. Horses still need care, fences still need fixing, but every sound carries her absence. When the sun sets over Heartland, there's a moment when the sky turns gold. For a second, it feels like she's still there. Standing by the fence, smiling that soft, knowing smile. Lou tries to stay strong for Lindy, telling her stories about her mother, stories of courage, love, and light. She tells her that Amy never really left, that she's in every sunrise, every breeze, every wild horse that runs free. But when Lindy falls asleep, Lou breaks. Because even the strongest hearts need to cry sometimes. Jack, though, finds peace in a different way. He walks out to Spartan every evening, whispers something only the horse can hear, and leaves an apple on the fence post, the same way Amy used to. It's his quiet way of saying goodbye, without ever letting go. Narrator gentle, reflective tone, in the stillness of the ranch. You can feel her everywhere in the heartbeat of the land, in the whisper of the wind. Amy Fleming may be gone, but Heartland will always carry her spirit. Because some souls don't fade. They simply become part of the place they loved. The screen fades into the golden fields once more, Spartan running, the mountains glowing behind him. For a moment, you almost expect to see Amy riding beside him, but she isn't there. Just light, and memory narrator's soft whisper. Heartland without Amy isn't empty. It's eternal. Music swells, a soft piano note that fades into silence. The golden light of dawn touches the hills of Heartland. Mist curls above the fields like memory made visible. The screen shows the empty stables, Amy's jacket hanging on a wooden peg, her riding boots still beside the door. Narrator gentle, thoughtful tone. Time doesn't heal all wounds, but it teaches us how to carry them. Weeks have passed since the storm, yet Amy's presence hasn't faded. It lingers, soft and steady, in every breath of the ranch. The grass still sways where her footsteps once fell. The horses still turn their heads when the wind changes, as if waiting for her familiar voice. And the people she loved are learning to live again. Guided by the lessons she left behind, Lou stands in the barn doorway one morning, watching Lindy brush Spartan. The little girl speaks softly, using the same calm tone Amy once used, gentle, patient, full of love. For a moment, it feels like time folds in on itself, as if Amy's heart beats again through her daughter's hands. Lou smiles through tears, because that's when she realizes. Amy didn't leave. She just changed form. Narrator warm, nostalgic voice. Her legacy isn't in the things she owned. It's in the way people love now, quieter, deeper, more honestly. Jack begins to tell stories again, not about loss, but about strength. He teaches Lindy how to ride, not to replace Amy, but to remind her that courage runs in their blood. Every lesson he gives feels like a promise that what Amy built will never fade. The camera pans across, Heartland, horses galloping under wide skies. Lou planting new trees near the house, Tim mending fences with quiet determination. Each frame feels like a tribute, not to an ending, but to a continuation. The music swells, strings and piano intertwining like memory and hope. Narrator emotional. Rising tone, she taught them that love doesn't die when a person is gone. It lives in the choices we make, in the hands we hold, in the lives we heal, and in the distance, Spartan runs free. The camera follows him across the open land, sunlight wrapping around his mane. For a moment, just a heartbeat, you can almost see her. Amy riding beside him, smiling, free as the wind. Then she fades into the light. Narrator softly. Some stories never end. They just change shape, carried in the hearts of those who remember. The screen fades to white. A quote appears over the fading light. Amy Fleming, the girl who healed horses, the woman who healed hearts. Narrator final whisper. She was the heart of Heartland, and she always will be. The piano fades. The only sound left is the wind brushing across the fields. Calm, eternal, peaceful. Soft piano fades in, the same melody that began in the opening. The screen shows the ranch bathed in twilight, the sun dipping behind the mountains, and the sky painted in gold and rose. Everything looks still calm. Timeless narrator, quiet emotional tone. They say every story has an ending, but this one feels different. This one feels like a goodbye we weren't ready for. The camera moves slowly across Heartland, the house, the barn, the corral, every corner carrying memories that breathe like ghosts. Lou closes the barn door, her hand trembling just slightly. Jack lights a lantern on the porch, the same one Amy used to light on cold nights. Lindy stands by the fence, holding a small white flower. She closes her eyes and releases it into the wind. Narrator, gentle voice. Sometimes, love doesn't say goodbye. It just whispers, "I'll meet you again." The scene fades into a montage of Amy's life, her laughter, her rides through open fields, her smile that could heal any heart. We see Ty's face for a split second, his hand reaching toward her, and then the two of them, side by side under a sunrise that never ends. The music rises softly, strings and piano blending like memory and light. Narrator, tearful tone, for 19 seasons. Amy Fleming showed us what it means to love without limits, to stand tall when the world falls apart, and to find beauty even in loss. She wasn't just a character. She was hope made human. Spartan gallops across the empty field one last time. The camera follows him to the top of a hill. The wind catches his mane, and for just a second, just one, a faint silhouette appears beside him. A rider in the light. Amy. Her outline glows gold before fading into the sky. Narrator, soft whisper. She's gone from the ranch, but never from the land. Never from the people. Never from us. The screen fades to black. Words appear slowly across the dark background. In memory of Amy Fleming, the heart of Heartland. Then, a moment of complete silence. No music. No sound. Just stillness, letting the weight of goodbye sink in. Narrator final, trembling voice. Goodbyes are never easy, but maybe this isn't one. Maybe it's just her riding ahead, waiting for us to catch up someday. The piano returns for a final soft note, echoing like a heartbeat fading into eternity. Narrator final whisper. Heartland Season 19 finale. The end of an era. The beginning of forever. Screen fades out completely. The final text appears. Thank you, Amy Fleming. For everything. Fade to silence.